Just Jazik has taken an early lead, showing some impressive speed and sharp cornering. Bobado is right on their tail, trying to find a way to slipstream past. Meanwhile, Nukamluken needs to pick up the pace if they want to stay in contention. They're trailing a bit behind but not out of it yet. Everyone's jostling for position as the pack enters the first turn. It's gonna be an exciting race. Just Jazik retains the lead in pole, closely followed by Bobado, who is applying pressure. Neo Texum has successfully moved into P3 after overtaking Nukemboken, who now sits in Fawa. In the mid-pack, Okayoki 3 and Tankaminen 7 on 4 are engaged in a tight battle for 7. The dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for position. Amy is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Kazishuk by 9 seconds. Just Jazik and Bobado from Team Blast are currently in a tight battle for first place, exchanging positions frequently. Meanwhile, Hugot 3 has advanced to P12, successfully overtaking Irafale. The competition remains intense as the race continues. Mirasol has just made a move, advancing to P13 after successfully overtaking Hergerd 3. In the battle for 17, Viola Livgarden in the Alfa Romeo Carabao is trading paint with Electric Murray, who is driving the Lamborghini 400 GT. Meanwhile, a tight contest is unfolding for P20, where Captain Potato in the Chevrolet Corvette C3, Zrone is fending off the man, also in a Lamborghini 400 GT. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers jostle for better positions. Tankaminen 704 has just executed a clean overtake on Okayoki 3, moving up to Pate. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has also made a gain, overtaking Wazirius Guy to secure P-10. A close battle is unfolding between Mirasol in the Ferrari 250 Lam and Hugger 3 in the Chevrolet Chevelle SS70, both vying for P13. The competition remains intense as they navigate the track. Electric Murray in the Lamborghini 400 GT is closely tailing Violin Olive Garden in the Alfa Romeo Carabao, vying for position 18. They are battling aggressively as they approach a sharp turn. Electric Murray attempts to overtake on the inside, but holds back to avoid contact. Meanwhile, there is a tight contest for position 24 between 1999 September in the Chevrolet Camaro Z2870 and Sirarn Bot in the same vehicle, while Wayne 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners in the Ferrari 250L is not far behind. 1999 September makes a move on the outside of Sirarn Bot, gaining some ground but not enough to secure the position. The dynamics among these cars are intensifying as the race continues, with each driver pushing their limits. Kamikaze 38 currently sits in 5 after successfully overtaking Amundsen. But meanwhile, Duff Dad from Team Life for Speed has gained a position, moving up to P9 by getting ahead of Tankerman in 704. In the battle for P18, Violin Olivgarden, in an Alfa Romeo Carabao, is closely contesting with Electric Murray, who drives a Lamborghini 400 GT. The competition is intensifying as these cars jockey for positions on the track. Violin Olivgarden has advanced to P18 after successfully overtaking Electric Murray. Meanwhile, Koki Bananity has made a move into P28, getting past Twix 560. The race continues to see some strategic overtakes as the drivers position themselves for upcoming sections of the track. Koki Bananity has successfully moved up to P27, overtaking both Baker Joran and Maya in the process. There was a close battle for that position, with Koki Bananity in a Chevrolet Corvette C3's Rome, showing impressive speed. Meanwhile, Baker Joranen and Maya, both in Chevrolet Camaro Z2869, are not giving up easily, as they continue to fight for that same spot. The competition is tight as they navigate the track. Amundsen from Team Nafgom Kings has made a significant move, advancing to 5 after overtaking Kamikaze 38. The two are now engaged in a tight battle for that position, with Amundsen in a Ferrari 365 GTB, Boar Daytona, and Kamikaze 38 in a Ferrari 250L, creating an exciting dynamic as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, ISI 1212 from Team No Name Racing has gained ground as well, moving up to 16 after successfully overtaking Electric Murray from Team Cork Express Stocks. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Electric Murray and the man are currently neck and neck for position 18. Electric Murray is holding a tight line through the corners, trying to fend off the man, who is attempting to execute an outside overtake. As they approach the next straight, The man looks to gain speed, drafting behind Electric Marie for an advantage. Let's see if he can make the move stick as they head into the next turn. Violin Oliver Garden has successfully advanced to 19th position, executing a clean overtake on the competitor ahead. Meanwhile, Kazashuk in the Ford Falcon XI GT68 is engaged in a close battle with Rizaldi Adha, who is piloting the Lancia Stratos Zero, for 33rd place. The two cars are closely matched as they navigate the track, with both drivers pushing their limits to gain an advantage. Bobardo and Jazjazik are neck and neck, with Bobardo just edging ahead in the race for first place. Tenkamin in 704 is closely trailing Mirasol as they jostle for the 10th position. In the battle for 13th, Hugo 3 in the Chevrolet Chevelle SS 70 is fighting hard against Waziriasky in the Ferrari 250 Arm, maintaining a tight gap between them. The dynamics are intense as positions shift. Wayne Train 94 has made a successful move, and is now in 20th place after overtaking Violin Olive Garden. The positioning shift indicates a strong performance from Wayne Train 94, as they navigate through the field. The man in the Lamborghini 400 GT is currently locked in a tight battle for P19 with Wayne Train 94, who is behind the wheel of a Ferrari 250 Lam. Just moments ago, the man made a bold move on the inside at turn 3 but couldn't quite secure the position as Wayne Train 94 held his line on the outside. Now they're approaching the long straight, and it looks like Wayne Train 94 is gaining some speed. The man is defending well, maintaining a narrow gap as they head into the next corner. It's a close race as both drivers are showing impressive control and strategy. John 7 has lost significant ground, dropping back to 16 after facing some difficulties. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has made a solid move, advancing to Pate by overtaking Tenkamen in 704. In response, Tenkamen in 704 has regained some momentum, and is now in P9 after successfully overtaking Mirasol. Shipperman has made significant progress, advancing to P26 after successfully overtaking both Baker-Joran and Maya.com. Meanwhile, Baker-Joran and Maya have also gained positions, moving up to P27 by overtaking EU's John 7. In the battle for P29, Twix 560, in a Ferrari Dino 246 GT is closely contesting with Doc Ludatin, who is driving a Ford Mustang 70. The dynamics are intensifying as the racers jockey for position. Hatzishok is currently in pole but now has Amy closing in, reducing the gap by 600 seconds. Neil Texum has successfully moved into P2, after overtaking Dusjazic. US John 7, from Team Life with Speed has advanced to P27, completing overtakes on both Baker-Joran and Maya.G. The positions are shifting as we progress in the race. Dusjazic has encountered some difficulties, and has dropped back to 15th position, losing 8 spots. Meanwhile, Duffdad has made a successful move up to 7th place by overtaking Tenkamin in 704. Tenkamin in 704, however, is not out of the game yet, as they have regained momentum, and moved up to 8th by overtaking Nira Sol. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Nir Sol has successfully advanced to Pate after overtaking Tamkamin in 704. Meanwhile, Electric Murray, in the Lamborghini 400 GT is locked in a fierce battle with Wayne Tre 94, who is driving the Ferrari 250 Lam, both vying for 17. US John 7 has also made progress, moving up to P24 by overtaking Koki Binati. The race continues to see dynamic movements throughout the field. Newcomb has successfully moved into P2, after overtaking Neo Texum, solidifying his position near the front of the pack. Meanwhile, Wayne Tre 94, from Team Wangan Midnight Runners, has gained a position to 17, getting past Electric Murray. The battle for 17 continues as Wayne Tre 94 in the Ferrari 250 Lam and Electric Murray, in the Latramari in the Lamborghini 400 GT, are closely contesting that position. The dynamics between these two cars may shift quickly as they navigate the track. Nirasol has encountered issues, dropping back 7 positions to 15. Meanwhile, Duffdad has made a solid move up to 6 by overtaking Okayoki 3. Kenkamenin 704 also gained ground, advancing to Pate after successfully passing A. Arafil from Team Blast. Koki Binanity is now in P23 after successfully overtaking Shipbroman. Meanwhile, Shipbroman has gained ground to P24 by getting ahead of both 1999 Setembro and Siriron Bot. This has pushed 1999 Setembro and Siriron Bot down to P25, as they have overtaken both Baker John and Maya in recent maneuvers. The positions are shifting rapidly in this segment of the race. Nukambakan has successfully overtaken Amundsen and is now in second place. Amundsen has responded by reclaiming third position from Kamikaze 38. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has moved ahead of Duff Dad, securing fourth place. The positions are shifting rapidly as drivers jockey for an advantage. Kamikaze 38 has made a significant move, advancing to power after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Meanwhile, Duff Dad from Team Left for Speed has responded by moving up to 5, passing Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes. In the same sequence of events, Okayoki 3 has pushed forward to claim 6, overtaking Neo Texan. The positions are shifting rapidly as drivers jockey for better placements on the track. Neo Texan and Dusjazik are locked in a tight fight for 12th place, with both cars exchanging positions as they navigate the bends. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg in her Shelby GT5 169 is currently dueling with the used John 7, who is piloting a Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona for the 20th spot. Koki Beninity has successfully moved up to 22nd position after overtaking Shipbroman, showcasing solid pace. The race dynamics are heating up as these battles unfold across the track. Nukambakan from Team Death Robots has dropped back to P9 after facing some challenges on the track. Amundsen has made a strong move and is now in P2 after overtaking Kamikaze 38. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has also managed to gain a position and is currently in P3 after overtaking Duff Dad. The race dynamics continue to shift as drivers jostle for position. Duff Dad has successfully moved into power after making an overtake on Okayoki 3. This allowed Okayoki 3 to drop to 5 but quickly regained some ground by overtaking Tenkamina 704, who is now in 6. Tenkamina 7 has also executed an overtake on Arafael, securing 6 for themselves. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Wayne Tranan 84 has successfully moved into first place, gaining momentum by overtaking 14 cars. Mirasol is also making strides, advancing to 20th position after passing 5 competitors. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has encountered difficulties, dropping back 6 positions to sit in 25th place. Captain Potato is indeed gaining on ISI 1212, reducing the gap by 9.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Amy's car is significantly behind Kadashuk from Team S1's, with a gap of 600 seconds. In an impressive maneuver, Amundsen has taken over second place, successfully overtaking Kamikaze 38. Kankamin in 704 is gaining on Just Jazik, reducing the gap now to 19.1 seconds. Wayne Tranan 84 has encountered issues, dropping back 8 positions to 13. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Amundsen. Amundsen has encountered difficulties and has dropped back to P13, losing 8 positions. Just Jazik has made a successful move, advancing to 5 after overtaking Neotexum. Meanwhile, Neotexum has regained some ground, moving up to 6 by overtaking Tankamin 7-4. The dynamic in the midfield is intensifying as positions continue to change. Ilstion 7 has encountered difficulties, dropping back to 22nd position after losing 6 spots. Nearasol from Team Starline Pixels has made a notable advancement, now sitting at 16th after successfully overtaking Ship Bromandati. In response, Ship Broman has regained some momentum, moving up to 17th by overtaking both 1999 September and Sararan Bot. Nukenbocken is currently applying pressure on Gary No Name as they battle for P11, with the Chevrolet Nova SS 69 holding a slight edge over the Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona. The two cars are closely matched in speed, and it looks like an overtake could happen at any moment. Further back, Twix 560 has gained a position, and is now in P21 after successfully overtaking Dokludat in TP. Dokludat meanwhile has managed to move up to P22 by passing Violon of Garden. The race dynamics are shifting, and positions are changing as drivers push their limits. Nukenbocken has gained a position, now in 10 after successfully overtaking Phenomenal Nuke Knight. Meanwhile, Amundsen is now in P12, having passed Gary No Name. Captain Potato has also made progress, moving up to P25, by overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. Winzerius Guy has successfully moved into 16, executing a clean overtake on Gary No Name, from Team Also No Name Racing. The battle for 16 is heating up between these two, with Winzerius Guy in the Ferrari 250 Lam, and Gary No Name in the Chevrolet Nova SS69. Meanwhile, 1999's Tembro and Sir Ironbot have also made progress, advancing to P18 after overtaking Shipperman. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Tenkerman in 704 currently holds P9 in the Ferrari 250 Lam, closely challenged by Nakemba Kimbokim in the Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona, with both cars vying for position. The competition is tight as they navigate through the turns. In P20, Valiant Olive Garden has successfully overtaken the Cloud D&D, who is now in P21. Violin Oliver Garden is piloting an Alfa Romeo Carabo, while Doku Datenho continues with the Ford Mustang 70. They are engaged in a close battle, but Violin Olive Garden is maintaining the lead at this point. Wayne 94 is currently in the lead, but Amy is making significant progress, closing the gap by 600 seconds. Amin Sons has successfully overtaken Duzjazik, and is now positioned in 10th place. Meanwhile, Mirasol has also gained a position, moving up to 12th after overtaking Nominal Knuke Knight. The race continues to see some dynamic shifts in positions. Winzerius Guy has successfully overtaken Phenomenal Nuke Knight, moving up to position 13. Hughes John 7 has also made progress, now in position 18 after overtaking the men. Twix 560 is now in position 21, having overtaken Ision 12. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. Kamikaze 38 has taken the lead, moving up to Pone after successfully overtaking Bobado. Meanwhile, Nukenbakum has advanced to 6, getting past Hebrud 3. Amy is also making progress, reducing the gap to Wayne 94 by 600 seconds, indicating a strong push from her side. The race dynamics are intensifying with these changes in positions. Tenkamen 704 has successfully advanced to P9 after executing a clean overtake on Amundsen. Meanwhile, there is an intense battle for P24 between Suzanne Greenberg in a Shelby GF569 and Koki Binety in a Chevrolet Corvette C3 Zrone, with both drivers closely matched in performance. The dynamics of their duel are keeping the tension high as they push each other for position. Amy is currently gaining on Waintra 94, reducing the gap by 600 seconds. Ission 1212 has made a notable move up to P21 after overtaking Twix 560. Meanwhile, Koki Binety, in the Chevrolet Corvette C3's Rome, is engaged in a close battle with Suzanne Greenberg in the Shelby G569 for P24. The race remains competitive as positions shift among the drivers. Electric Murray and Uyuzon 7 are locked in a tight battle for 17, with Electric Murray in the Lamborghini 400 GT closely trailing Uyuzon 7's Ferrari 365 GTB 4. Dictionary for Daytona. Both drivers are pushing hard as they navigate through the corners. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has made a notable move, advancing to P24 after successfully overtaking Koki Binety. The battle for P24 continues, with Suzanne Greenberg in her Shelby GT569 and Koki Binety in the Chevrolet Corvette C3 Zrone competing fiercely. The race dynamics are heating up as these drivers jockey for position. Amy from Team Death Robots is gaining on Waintra 94, reducing the gap by 600 seconds. Meanwhile, Sirius Guy from Team No Name Racing has advanced to P12 after overtaking Commonalk Nuke Knight. In response, Commonalk Nuke Knight has also moved up to P13 by passing Gary No Name. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. Bahrain Oliver Garden is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Nira Sol by 10.9 seconds. In the meantime, Neotaxum has successfully moved into 4th place, overtaking Okayoki 3 Doiti. The competition is heating up as these drivers maintain their positions and strategize for upcoming overtakes. Neotaxum has successfully moved into P3, completing an overtake on Okayoke 3. Meanwhile, there's a close battle between Koki Benignity from No Name Racing and Suzanne Greenberg for P22. With Koki Benignity in a Chevrolet Corvette C3's Rhone competing against Suzanne's Shelby G5 169. Ayabis Watches has also made progress, moving up to P28 after overtaking Rizaldi Adadattatu. The dynamics are shifting as the drivers navigate the track. Jusjazic has successfully moved into 10th position after overtaking Tankman in 704. In the battle for 15th place, 1999 Setembro in a Chevrolet Camaro Z228, 70, and Sir Ironbot are jostling closely alongside Hughes Jones 7, who is driving a Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona. The three cars are tightly packed as they navigate through the track, showcasing their competitive dynamics. In 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot are making significant progress, closing the gap to Tenkamina 7-4 by 5.7 seconds. Eust John 7 from Team Life for Speed is experiencing difficulties, dropping back 6 positions to P23. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to fluctuate. Airafe is now in foul after a successful overtake on Okayoke 3. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has advanced to 7 by passing Nukem Bokem. Jusjazic from Team S1 has also gained ground, moving up to P9 after overtaking Amundsen. The positions are changing rapidly as the race progresses. Oki 3 is now just 9.7 seconds behind Neo Texan, sharpening the competition. Nukem Bokem has encountered difficulties, dropping significantly to P31, losing 21 positions. Meanwhile, Jusjazic has successfully moved into 6th after overtaking Neo Texan, further tightening the race dynamics. Wayne Trenin in E4 maintains the lead, but Amy is gaining ground, reducing the gap by 600 seconds. Woon Serious Guy is also on the move, closing in on Huggard 3 with a gap reduction of 3.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Nerosol has made a noteworthy advancement to 14, successfully overtaking both 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot. Wayne Trenin E4 currently holds the lead, but Amy has significantly closed the gap by 600 seconds. In a strong move, Airafael has advanced to P2 after successfully overtaking Duffdad from Team Live for Speed. Meanwhile, Electric Murray has made notable progress, moving up to 15 by overtaking both 1999 Setembro and Sir Iron Bot. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change rapidly. Baker Gironi and Maya are making significant progress, reducing the gap to EU's John 7 by 6.7 seconds. Isione 1212 is on a charge, gaining 4 positions to reach P24. Aminsan has successfully overtaken Kamikaze 38, moving up to P2 in the process. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers showcase their skill on the track. Hugger 3 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to ARFAL by 49.7 seconds, indicating a strong performance. In the meantime, Nominal Knight has successfully overtaken Gary No Name, advancing to position 10i. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers make their moves. Electric Murray from Team Quark Express has successfully moved into 14, having executed clean overtakes on both 1999 Setembro and Sir Iron Bot. Meanwhile, there's a close battle for 16 between Viola Olive Garden in an Alfa Romeo Carabo and Wazirius Guy in a Ferrari 250 Lam. The positioning is tight as they jostle for superiority on the track. Dufdab remains in 4, closely followed by Just Jazik in 5. Dufdab's Ferrari 250 on holds a slim mid as they navigate the tight corners. Just Jazik's Ferrari 365 GTB. Ford Daytona is applying pressure, attempting to find an opportunity for an overtake. Meanwhile, Waziri's Guy has advanced to 17 after successfully overtaking another competitor. The race dynamics are intensifying, especially with the battle for power heating up. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into 6 after overtaking ARFAL. In response, ARFAL has reclaimed 7 from Hugger 3, who has now dropped to Pate. Meanwhile, Hugger 3 has managed to overtake Nominal Knight, solidifying their position in Pate. The race remains competitive as these positions shift rapidly. Violin Oliva Garden in the Alfa Romeo Carabo has gained ground on Wazirius Guy, who is maneuvering the Ferrari 250 Lam. They are neck and neck for the 16th position as they approach a tight corner. Nurkenbakken is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Rizaldi Adha by 2.8 seconds in the last lap. As they head into the straight, it will be interesting to see if Nukambukim can close that distance further, or make a move for overtaking. Duff Dad has successfully overtaken Neo-Texan, moving into P3. Ording. Neo-Texan, however, has not lost momentum, and has just overtaken Kamikaze 38 to secure power. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg is gaining on the leader, reducing the gap by 4.6 seconds, indicating a strong push towards the front of the pack. Current NAP updates indicate that Kamikaze 8 has successfully moved into second place, overtaking Amundsen. Meanwhile, Twix 560 is making significant progress, steadily closing the gap to Koki Beninity from Team No Name Racing by 48.5 seconds. The positions are shifting as the race continues, with Twix 560's pace looking promising for a potential overtake soon. Amy is now significantly narrowing the gap to Wayne Trey 94, reducing it by 600 seconds. Electric Murray has successfully advanced to position 13, after overtaking Nira Sol. Meanwhile, Nukambukim has climbed up to position 29, overtaking Rizaldi Adha in the process. The race continues to show dynamic changes in positions as drivers battle for supremacy on the track. The man has advanced to 16, executing a clean overtake on Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has responded by moving up to 17 after successfully overtaking Violin Olive Garden. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Neo-Texan has successfully moved into P3, executing a clean overtake on Amundsen. Okayoki 3 is now in 5 after overtaking ARFAL. In response, ARFAL has regained momentum and surged into 6 by passing Duff Dad from Team Live for speed. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly with these strategic moves. Amina-san is continuing to close the gap on Okayoki 3, now down to 11.1 seconds. Aira Fail from Team Nafgum Kings is also gaining on Amundsen, reducing the distance by 48.7 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these contenders are all pushing hard to improve their positions. Winzerius Guy now occupies 14, after successfully overtaking the man. The man follows in 15, having passed Electric Mirror Daitoi. In the meantime, Nukambakum is making a strong charge towards Baker Joran and Maya, reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as positions are being contested. Iobis watches in the Ferrari Dino 246 GT is currently holding the 29th position, closely pursued by Rizaldi Ada in the Lancia Stratos Zero. The gap between them is minimal, with Iobis watches defending well against several attempts from Rizaldi Adha to overtake. As they approach a tight corner, Rizaldi Adha makes a daring move on the inside but fails to complete the pass, allowing Iobis watchers to maintain their lead for now. The battle for P29 remains intense as both cars continue to push their limits. John 7 is gaining on Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the gap by 34.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity is also making strides, closing in on John 7 with a 48.4 second reduction. The dynamics are shifting as both drivers intensify their efforts to position themselves for overtakes. It's a tight race among these three contenders. Unzirius Guy has just made a significant move, overtaking Electric Mary and advancing to P13. Meanwhile, Electric Mary from Team Quark Express is still making progress, managing to close the gap to Unzirius Guy by 16.1 seconds. In the battle for P9, Nominal Knut in the Lamborghini 400 GT is engaged in a close contest with Just Jazik in the Ferrari 365 GTB 4 Daytona. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position. Just Jazik has successfully moved up to position 9, executing a clean overtake on Nominal Knight. The man has advanced to position 15 after overtaking Mira Sol from Team Starline Pixels. Meanwhile, both 1999 Setembro and Sirarimbot are closing in on Mira Sol, reducing the gap by 4.2 seconds. Koki Beninity has just completed an overtake on Doklidathna, advancing to P22. Following that maneuver, Doklidakan has countered by moving ahead of Isyoni 12-12-12, securing P23. Meanwhile, Nukambakum has also made progress, overtaking Twix 560 to take P25. Tankamanin 704 has successfully advanced to P11 after an overtake on Gary, no name. Meanwhile, Nukem Bukem from Team Death Robots has improved their position to P23, getting past Doklo Datimatwal. In addition, Baker Joran and Maya have both gained ground, moving up to P27 after overtaking ISI 1212. The man is significantly reducing the gap to Gary No Name, now down by 51 seconds, indicating strong pace and strategy adjustments. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg in the Shelby GT569 is engaged in a close battle with Yujum 7, who is piloting the Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona for position 20. Both drivers are showing competitive spirit as they jockey for position on the track. Just Jazik from Team IS-1 has successfully moved up to P8 after overtaking her Group 3. The maneuver was executed smoothly on the inside at turn 5, showcasing great precision and timing. Meanwhile, the top 5 positions remain unchanged with no significant shifts among them. The battle for mid-pack is heating up as several cars are closely grouped together, indicating potential for more overtakes in the coming laps. Ayir Rafael from Team Blast has successfully moved up to 6 after executing a clean overtake on Amundsen. Meanwhile, there's an intense battle for P27 between Baker Jeroni in a Chevrolet Camaro Z2869 and Maya, who is also in a Camaro ISI 1212. In the Ferrari 250 arm, is closely trailing them, making this a competitive trio as they jockey for position. The dynamics in the mid-pack are heating up. Mirasol has successfully moved into 15 after executing a clean overtake on the man ahead. The maneuver showcased precise timing and acceleration. Currently, the field remains tightly packed, with several cars jostling for position just ahead of Nira. ISI 1212 has made a significant move, advancing to P27, after successfully overtaking both Baker Joran and Maya. The positioning is tightening as the race progresses. Meanwhile, several cars are jockeying for their places in the mid-pack, creating a dynamic battle for positions. The pace is quickening as we approach the next set of corners, keeping an eye on potential overtakes. IRFIL is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Neo Texan by 50.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Amundsen has successfully moved into 7 after overtaking Howard 3. The race is getting more competitive as positions shift. Winzerius Guy has made significant progress, reducing the gap to nominal Knight by 5.8 seconds. Just moments ago, Jasic successfully overtook nominal Knight, advancing to Pen. The dynamics in the midfield are intensifying as Winzerius Guy continues to chase down nominal Knight. Gary No Name has now advanced to P13, successfully overtaking Nira Soldale. Nira Sol follows closely, and has made a move to P14 by passing the man. The man in turn has moved up to 15 after overtaking Electric Murray. The positions are shifting rapidly in the mid-pack. OK3 has successfully moved into P3, overtaking Duff Dad in a well-executed maneuver. Violin Olivergarden has made significant progress, advancing to 16, after overtaking both 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot Dortier. Meanwhile, 1999 Sinai Setembro and Sir Ironbot have shifted down to 17 after being overtaken by the man. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions adjust. Amundsen has successfully moved into 6, executing an overtake on Raphael from Team Blast. Both drivers are in Ferrari models, with Amundsen in the 365 GTB, 4 Daytona, and A Raphael in the 250 Enos. The battle for 6 continues to intensify as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, Nukan Bokum has advanced to P23, overtaking Issy 1212. Winzerius Guy has successfully advanced to position 13, overtaking Nira Sol in a decisive maneuver. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Euzon 7 are locked in a close battle for position 18, with Captain Potato behind the wheel of a Chevrolet Corvette C3's Rhone, and Euzon 7 driving a Ferrari 365 GTB, 4 Daytona. Chip Roman has also made progress, moving up to position 27 after overtaking Rizaldi, Ada Dat Dol. The race dynamics continue to shift as drivers jockey for positions on the track. Jasic is now just 2 seconds behind Tenkamani 704, steadily closing the gap. Violin Oliva Garden has made a significant move, advancing to 15 after overtaking both 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot. Meanwhile, 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot have also made progress, moving up to 16 by overtaking with Sirius going bot stakes. The dynamics are shifting as the race continues. ISI 1212 is currently in P22, after successfully overtaking both Baker Gironi and Maya. This has pushed Baker Gironi and Maya down to P23, where they have managed to overtake Twix 560, who is now in P24. Meanwhile, Twix 560 has moved ahead of John 7, securing P24 for themselves. The positions are constantly shifting as the race progresses. Rizaldi Ada has significantly closed the gap on John 7, now just 99.9 seconds behind. In the meantime, Nukam Bakum from Team Death Robots has made a solid move, overtaking Twix 560 and advancing to P24. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers continue to push their limits. Duff Dad is now in P3, after successfully overtaking Okayoki 3. Violino Oliva Garden has advanced to 15, having passed both 1999 Setembro and Sir Ironbot in the process. The race continues to see significant movement in positions as drivers strategize their overtakes. Duff Dad has successfully moved into P3, overtaking Okayoki 3. The two are engaged in a close battle for that position, with Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed applying pressure. As they approach the next turn, it will be critical for both drivers to maintain their lines and manage their speed effectively. The dynamics between these two cars could shift at any moment. Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes has successfully overtaken Duff Dad, securing the third position. The battle for third continues as both drivers maintain close proximity. Meanwhile, Tankaman 704 has gained ground and moved up to 10th place by overtaking Nominal Nuke Knight. The race is intensifying as these positions shift. Kamikaze 38 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Bobardo from Team Blast by 49.3 seconds, indicating a strong pace. Meanwhile, Amy is also working on closing the distance to Waintra 94, although the gap remains substantial at 600 seconds. Kamikaze 38 continues to focus on Bobardo, showing consistent speed and determination. The man has advanced to P10 after successfully overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. This move has dropped Suzanne to P19, where she has now overtaken Captain Potato. Issy 1212 has made a notable gain, moving up to P21 by overtaking both Baker Joran and Maya Tan. The race continues to shift positions rapidly as drivers jockey for better placements. Baker Gironi and Maya have significantly reduced the gap to Nukambokem, now just 9.5 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Amy is trailing Wayne 24 by a substantial 600 seconds. In an impressive move, Issy 1212 has advanced to P21, successfully overtaking Nukambokem Bokayan. The dynamics are shifting as positions are jockeyed for. Eusjung 7 has gained ground, now sitting in P26 after successfully overtaking Rizaldi, Aja, Datdona. Meanwhile, Dokludatna has made a move to P29, overtaking Shiprom and Datbai. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Okayoki 3 is now in P3 after successfully overtaking Dufdad Dutdite. Electric Murray has advanced to P13, getting past Nirasol. Otaning 987 has climbed to P31 by overtaking Shiprum Dotty. The race continues to shift as drivers jockey for position. Kazishuk is now just 10.2 seconds behind Shipbruman, steadily closing the gap. The driver from Team Quark Express has advanced to 16 after successfully overtaking Nirasol Detin. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has also made progress, moving up to P10 by overtaking Violin Olive Garden. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers gain positions. Captain Potato has significantly reduced the gap to Violin Olive Garden by 9.1 seconds, indicating a strong push for position. Meanwhile, Nukambokem is making progress in the field, having advanced to 21st place after successfully overtaking both Baker Joronen and Maya. The race dynamics are shifting as competitors are battling for crucial positions on the track. (1999) September and Siraimbot are locked in a close contest for 13, both piloting their Chevrolet Camaro Z2870. Winzerius guy in the Ferrari 250 Lam is trying to find an opening to capitalize on their battle. In another part of the track, Shipburman has successfully moved up to P31 after overtaking Ottonin 927. The two are now engaged in a fierce battle for that position, with Shipburman in the Chevrolet Corvette C2 Zeiss and Ottonin 987 in the Ford Falcon XR GT68. The dynamics are heating up as each driver attempts to gain the upper hand. Currently, Hugget 3 has successfully moved into Seven after executing a clean overtake on Amundsen. The maneuver was smooth and decisive, showcasing excellent timing as they approached the turn. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains competitive, with cars closely jockeying for position further up the grid. Kaminal Knuknight has successfully moved up to Pin, making an overtaking maneuver on Just Jazik. The two are currently engaged in a close battle for that position, with Nominal Knuknight piloting a Lamborghini 400 GT, and Just Jazik in the Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona, showcasing a classic rivalry between the two brands. In addition, Koki Beninati has advanced to P22 after overtaking both Baker Gironin and Maya Dai. The race dynamics continue to shift as these positions change hands. Electric Murray is gaining on Just Jazik, reducing the gap to 59.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha is making significant progress toward both Beckerdoren and Maya, cutting the distance down by 41.8 seconds. The race dynamics are intensifying as positions start to shift. Car 1, driven by the man, continues to gain on Car 2, Wazirius Guy, reducing the gap to 2.9 seconds. The pace is picking up as the man utilizes a faster line through the final corner, showing some impressive cornering skills. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains steady, with no significant changes in position among the top 5 cars. Car 3 appears to be holding its ground, maintaining a solid distance from Car 4, while Car 5 is trying to find an opening, but is currently boxed in. The dynamics are shifting as the race progresses, and it will be interesting to see if the man can close that gap even further. Suzanne Greenberg is gaining significant ground on Nukem Bokem, reducing the gap to 11.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Benenati is also making progress, closing in on Suzanne by 49.9 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as both drivers are strategically positioning themselves for potential overtakes. AC1212 has advanced to P27 after successfully overtaking Dokludatin. In response, Dokludatin has also made a move, climbing to P28 by overtaking Rizaldi Ada. The race dynamics are shifting as positions are changing rapidly. Rafael has successfully moved up to 5 after a clean overtake on Neo Texan. Meanwhile, Winzerius Guy and Nira Sol are locked in a tight battle for 14, showcasing some impressive defensive and offensive maneuvers as they jockey for position. The tension is building as they race down the straight. Kasachuk is steadily closing in on Otto 9987, now just 35.2 seconds behind. Amundsen has successfully moved up to 7 after overtaking Tenkaminen 704. Meanwhile, Tenkaminen 704 has retaliated by overtaking Huggerfree, reclaiming Pate. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Currently, Gary No Name has gained a position, moving up to P11, after successfully overtaking Just Jazik. The battle for Pen is heating up as the drivers are tightening the gap. Meanwhile, the frontrunners continue to maintain their positions with minimal changes. The dynamics in the midfield are becoming more aggressive as several cars jockey for position. Kamikaze 38 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Okayoki 3 by 18.1 seconds. The chase is intensifying as Kamikaze 38 continues to gain momentum, positioning for a potential overtake. Up ahead, the dynamics between these two drivers will be crucial in determining the outcome of the race. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into P2, executing a clean overtake on Duff Dad. The two are now engaged in a close battle for that position, with Duff Dad not giving up easily. Meanwhile, Arafeo is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Kamikaze 38 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners by 2.1 seconds. This could set up an interesting dynamic as they approach the next corner. Hurdle 3 is now in Pate after successfully overtaking Nominal Nuke Knight. This move has pushed Nominal Nuke Knight down to P9. Meanwhile, Nominal Nuke Knight managed to gain a position by overtaking Tenkamen 7 Hole, who is now in 10 Dawoini. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Twix 560 has successfully moved up to P24, executing a clean overtake on both Bakejorin and Maya.team. This maneuver showcases Twix 560's strategic positioning and speed in the current race dynamics. The competition remains tight as cars continue to jostle for positions further up the grid. Electric Murray is currently gaining on Gary No Name, reducing the gap by 5.7 seconds. Meanwhile, I am closing in on Wayne Trinity 4, with a significant gap reduction of 600 seconds. Electric Murray's progress against Gary No Name is noteworthy as they continue to battle for position. Shipperman has successfully advanced to P29 after executing a clean overtake on Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha has responded by moving up to P30, overtaking Ibis Watchers. The positioning shifts show the competitive nature of this race as drivers push for every position. Auto 9987 is gaining on Shipperman, reducing the gap by 20.9 seconds. Suzanne Greenberg has successfully moved up to position 20 after overtaking Koki Beninity. In response, Koki Beninity has also made a move, ascending to position 21 by overtaking Nukem Bokem. Baker Gironi and Maya are gaining on Nukem Bokem from Team Death Robots, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. The pressure is building as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, in the midfield, we have a battle brewing between Zeta Drive and Turbocino, with Zeta Drive executing a clean overtake on the inside line, moving up into 5th place. Out front, the leader continues to maintain a steady pace, while the chasing pack is tightening behind them. The dynamics are shifting as we head into the next lap. Neo Texum is currently gaining on Okayoki 3, reducing the gap significantly by 10 seconds. Meanwhile, Ayarafaya has successfully overtaken Okayoki 3 and has moved into power. The competition is heating up as Neo Texum continues to close in on Okayoki 3. Jazik has successfully moved into P9 after an overtaking maneuver on nominal Nuke. The gap was tight, but Jazik utilized a strategic line through the corner to make the pass. This shift in positions brings Jazik closer to the top contenders. Colquebinenity has just made a successful move to seize P20, getting ahead of Suzanne Greenberg. The battle for that position is heating up as both drivers are pushing their limits. Colquebinenity is behind the wheel of a Chevrolet Corvette C3's Rhone, while Suzanne Greenberg is representing the classic Shelby GT569. The race dynamics are clearly showcasing the strengths of both vehicles as they jockey for position on the track. Baker, Girone and Maya continue to battle fiercely for P24 in their Chevrolet Camaro Z2869. They are maintaining a tight line through the corners, trying to fend off Issy 1212 in the Ferrari 250 Lam. As they approach the next turn, Baker Girone takes an inside line to defend their position, while Issy 1212 attempts to set up an outside maneuver. The Ferrari has better acceleration out of the corner, and Issy 1212 is now side by side with Baker Girone as they head down the straight. Maya tries to hold on, but Issy 1212 has gained the advantage and slips ahead into P24. It's a close contest, and with the next corner approaching, we'll see if Baker Girone can respond. The dynamics between these three cars are heating up as they continue to jockey for position. Just Jazik has successfully moved into 9th position after executing a clean overtake on nominal Knight. This maneuver has shifted the dynamics in the mid-pack, with just a few car lengths separating them now. The battle for positions continues as they navigate through the tighter sections of the track. Nominal Knight has significantly reduced the gap to 10 Kamenin 704 by 13 seconds, indicating a strong performance. Meanwhile, Amy is still trailing Wayne 24, but the gap sits at a substantial 600 seconds, suggesting a challenging recovery ahead. In a notable move, Duff Dad has successfully overtaken Kamikaze 38, advancing to P2 in the standings. Car number 3, from Team Racing Potatoes, has successfully overtaken Neo-Texan, advancing to P4. Neo-Texan in turn has managed to move up to 5 by overtaking Ira Raphael. Meanwhile, Winzerius Guy has gained a position, moving up to P13 after overtaking Nira Sol. The race is dynamic with several changes in positions in these moments. Target 3 has significantly decreased the gap to Arfail by 50 seconds, indicating a strong push as they approach the latter part of the track. Meanwhile, Myelin Oliva Garden has successfully advanced to 16 after executing an overtake on the man, showcasing solid driving skills and strategy in this phase of the race. Suzanne Greenberg has advanced to P19 after successfully overtaking US John 7. US John 7 has now dropped to P20 but managed to overtake Nukem Bochum, who is now in P21. Meanwhile, Nukem Bochum has moved up to P21 by overtaking Captain Potato. The positions are shifting as the race continues. ISI 1212 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Koki Baninity by 49 seconds. Meanwhile, in a close battle for P13, with Sirius Guy and Mirasol from Team Starline Pixels are vying for position. The dynamics in the midfield are heating up as these drivers push their limits. Mirasol from Team Starline Pixels has successfully moved up to P13 after overtaking Wasirius Guy. Meanwhile, Twix 560 is making significant progress, closing the gap on Doko Dot by 2.2 seconds as they continue to battle for position. Rizaldi Adha is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Dokodan by 9.6 seconds. US John 7 has gained a position, now at P19 after overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. The race is heating up as Rizaldi continues to chase down Docloud. Doclodan is currently in the lead, but Shibroman is making significant progress, reducing the gap to just 10.2 seconds. In the meantime, Nukem Bochum has successfully moved up to 20th place after overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. The dynamics are shifting as Shibroman continues to close in on Dakota Taintian. ISI 1212 has successfully moved up to P23, executing a clean overtake on Koki Benety from Team No Name Racing. The maneuver appears well timed, utilizing the slipstream effectively. Meanwhile, Koki Benety is now trying to recover, maintaining close proximity as they head into the next corner. Rafael has successfully taken 6th, executing a clean overtake on Aminsan. The maneuver was precise, showcasing excellent control and timing. Meanwhile, the top 5 cars are maintaining their positions with no significant changes. The battle for mid-pack positions is heating up as drivers jostle for optimal racing lines. Doko Dakna is now just 2.4 seconds behind Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express, demonstrating impressive speed and strategy. The gap is steadily decreasing, indicating a potential overtake in the near future. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their positions, but all eyes are on this developing battle for position. Hey Cyber 293. Welcome back to the pit stop. Get comfy, grab some snacks and let's enjoy the race together. Racing car, party popper. Rizaldi Ada in the Lancia Stratos Zero is currently defending his position against Dokudak in the Ford Mustang 70. They are neck and neck as they approach the tight corner at turn 5. Rizaldi takes the inside line, maintaining P28, while Dokudan attempts to gain traction on the outside. As they exit turn 5, Dokudan manages to slipstream behind Rizaldi, pulling alongside going into turn 6. It's a close battle, but Rizaldi holds his ground, retaining the position for now. The two cars are now heading down the straight, with Dokudan looking for an opportunity to overtake. As they approach the next turn, Dokudan makes a bold move, diving into the inside lane. It's a fierce maneuver and it looks like he has successfully taken P28 from Rizaldi. The dynamics of this battle are intense as both drivers push their limits to recover positions. Hey there, MBG 2129. Welcome back to the racetrack. Buckle up. Racing car dashing away, let's see if the AI can actually keep it on the road this time.